inspiration can be broken down and given a different perspective. But from an usage point of view, I like to put whatever the speakers have been speaking so long, I like to put it into two very simplistic baskets, which I'm calling one basket as what to say and the other basket as how to say, to make it simple. So what is this what to say basket? Whatever you want to say there, the very basic of basis, whether it could be a book or it could be a film or it could be an ad, whatever it is, that what to say is mostly the strategy or that urge or what you want to bring to the audience. What is that relevance? What is that context? Or what is that idea that needs to be compelling enough to be communicated or reaching out to people? That is the what of it. Now that what needs to have a shape or it has to come out and deliver itself to the right audience. That is how to say it. So if I go back to what I think both are equally in my in another few minutes I'll show you how I've dealt with this in my book itself. I'm taking my book itself as an example of what I'm actually explaining right now. So what to say is the very basis to the what to say. You could be inspired by something. So suppose it's a self-inspiration. Okay, so be it. But the moment you say, I want this self-inspired thought or an idea, it needs to reach out to more people. It needs to go and impact more people. Then the how to say comes in. You might have a fantasy. Let's take a movie for a second, a movie or a book or an ad, or whatever the creative form. If what to say is not strong enough, however you get the best of the actors, best of the technicians, still it's not going to be relevant. Nobody's going to connect with it. So what to say is so important that the how to say has to be equally important to justify that. So the how to say needs to be, like some of the speakers mentioned, that it could be fresh, it could be creative, it needs to be different, it has to be bringing some kind of value to people. More importantly, that what to say should be impacting or it should be justifying that what to say. Only then that how to say becomes relevant. So the way I see is, you need to be, even to put that what to say, the very idea needs to be inspired. Same way, the inspiration or the drive or the urge to make it creative, to go and deliver itself to its audience, also there has to be an inspiration. We can say, I have a fantastic idea. So far, so good. But the same energy has to go into execution also. Otherwise, it's not going to justify the what to say or the very basis of the inspiration. So let me go talk about my book for 2 minutes on this. I happen to write a book on branding. It so happens there are already about 1,000 books on branding in the market. And all these brand books are 9 out of 10 written by professors in some university. And here I am, I'm not a professor of some university, but I'm a practitioner. I do this for my daily bread and butter. I'm a professional practitioner in branding and communication. So with all my experience, I wanted to bring out the urge to tell people that, hey, there's another way, which is a non-academic way of looking at brands. Unlike the branding books which are written by academics or professors from university. So that is the purpose, that's the intention, to say that here's a non-academic book here. So that's what I need to do. That's my inspiration to tell. So that's my starting point. Now, having seen 1,000 odd books which have already kind of dealt with topic, how do I come and say my viewpoint on brands? Therefore, automatically, almost in the same breath, that how to say also has to work. It's not in two parts. So there has to be an inspiration or to write a book. There also has to be an inspiration to bring it out in a compelling way. So the inspiration has to work in both what to say and how to say part of it. So here goes. I took on this idea of Da Vinci. As we all know, Da Vinci, he was an astronomer, he was a painter, he was an he actually, if you go and look at Google right now, in some 4 centuries back or 5 centuries back, he had already sketched helicopters, submarines. He had already sketched what we are looking at today as realism. He had actually sketched. So if this person who is a poet, who is an artist, who is an astronomer, who is a painter, is it possible that He did not know about brands, which is such an age-old thing. It's a very human thing called brands. Therefore, I said maybe he's written and taking a shot at the Da Vinci Code, the more famous movie and the book. I said here's a book, a brand called the brand book called Brand Vinci, and I argued in such a way, making it compelling for you to read the thousandth and the one book after the thousand book to say that as if there Vinci had actually written about brands, and here I'm decoding it for you. And so here's the example. I'll try to share it with you and then present it. Yeah, you able to see that?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
So here goes. So I call this book as Brand Vinci. Okay? Now you see a cycle there. Actually, it so happens whatever I'm talking right now about this what to say and how to say is actually the first chapter of the book on branding. So this is what I was talking about. Now let me dive into the first chapter. This is how I kind of got an artist to sketch as if it looked like a real Da Vinci painting or a sketch. And here goes. This is how I argued. For any idea to be working in an impactful way, there has to be a balance of what to say and how to say. They're like the two wheels of a bicycle, and you need to balance. Suppose you have a fantastic idea, and if it is not executed well, you don't have the balance. The cycle is not going to go anywhere. The other way, suppose you have a fantastic way of executing it, being very novel, very creative, very different, yet if the what to say is not compelling enough or is not relevant enough, or is not going to solve somebody's problem, or is not going to intrigue somebody's taste and preferences, no point. The cycle is not going to go anywhere. So just a quick example of another sketch. Here's about another chapter called Brand Purpose. So I'm just showing you the sketches of the various chapters. Okay, so I'm not dwelling into each of these chapters, but this is how I dealt with. Yeah. Am I back? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is how I dealt with this what to say and how to say. So that actually there are two parts to it and both needs equal attention. It can't be more of a fantastic idea but not executed well, or the other way, it can be a fantastic execution with no relevance or stuff in that what to say part. And that's how I see that two baskets. Yes, over to you, Doctor. Any
Yeah.
questions to me? You can ask.
Yeah. Even just like I was mentioning it to Dr. Sharma, a similar thing I have to mention in your case also, since I have been a reader of your book and I have been a very sincere reader of your book. And what was really great was a unique and a practical way of handling the issue of brands and brand management. Now, you were talking about what to say and how to say. What was the inspiring factor, if I might ask you, what was the inspiring factor behind authoring this book and behind authoring it in this very fashion? What was that inspiring factor?
Yeah, it
Because,
so happened. I used to been doing many training workshops for senior marketing people, and what I saw there in these training sessions were senior marketing people with over 10 years. They had actually misunderstood what the academician or the professor had actually written. Even you could take even the big names of Kotler or whatever, Camper, all those big guys who wrote brand books. They were not, they had actually misunderstood. And there are a lot of jargonized versions of marketing and understanding of branding as such. So here I was a professor trying to say there's a simplistic way to understand the same thing. Whatever those professors said is 100% correct, but the language used was taken more in a very fashionable way, and they were all used as jargons. So I wanted a de-jargonized version of on the branding. So after some 25 years or what was this, my 32nd year, such whatever, I said I need to tell. There was an urge to tell people here's another way to do it. There's another way to understand this facets of branding, which has been kind of, I won't say misunderstood, kind of not applied in the right way, because I think that somewhere they're not understanding how to